because it's going to really blow through a lot of the game plan that Embo wants to kind of like set up into.
Yeah, for sure. It certainly catches you off guard if you're prepared to go into a certain play style and then it's totally different. Like what was happening with Pokepen JDB the last set, where both of them started slow, trying to make the other person zone break them, and by the end, it was whoever could zone break the other first would win, so they were just holding forward.
For a character like Toon Link, this one feels like an underrated character in the meta too, and JoJo has been doing a good job of making this character work as he's still holding on to this first stock, 167, but as I said, Embo says what stock?
I remember
It's 2.
There was a time in Ultimate's life cycle where people would pick Toon Link if they were like Young Link players as a BM move. Like, I'm going to play the worst character. And then people like JoJo come along and say, is he the worst?
Yeah, the way, I don't know, man, I think a little bit different. I think this character is massively underrated as JoJo has a good percentage lead already at the top here. Going to pull out a bomb, and just like with so many of these zoner-type matchups, right, you give them any space, allows them to set up here, so you have to be ready to fight them in 2 different kind of states, right?
Yeah, another thing that I think is a big deal with a character like Toon Link versus some of your traditional top tiers is maybe mechanically, if you look at the game strictly from a numbers perspective, he isn't as good as a lot of the top tiers, but he forces you to play a much more mental game. It's a lot slower, a lot more calculated. Interactions like that come up a lot more where he can beat you at rock, paper, scissors by conditioning you, as opposed to, say, the
wow.
beautiful stuff.
Ain't no rock, paper, scissors about it. It just bomb into up smash, and there we go. JoJo is not just a mental play, but an execution one as well, as we just saw right there.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful stuff from him. The way he's able to seamlessly transition between those 2 different styles. Okay, now we're seeing Worse Galaga coming online, and it doesn't quite work because, again, it is Worse Galaga. But still, 143 on Toon Link. He is living on borrowed time.
JoJo really being the better player right here in terms of being the aggressor against the zoner-type archetype that is DuckHunt.
That can so scary, and he gets
still clips him, but not doing much in terms of like being fatal.
Embo's gotten so unlucky with the directions that the can has launched tonight. He's lost out on like 5 stocks in top 8 alone.
Yeah, it really feels like an early game from Embo could just really benefit him in these situations. Otherwise, you won't end up being here, right?
Yeah, for sure. Great pressure coming out from Embo, trying to get this stock off, but he finally, the back air. I thought he was going to drop it, but he figured it out.
Yeah, able to find his mark. Not too much damage, I feel, can separate these two, especially with Smash Ultimate. We're in year 4 practically. People are optimized enough to make up his damage.
Oh, yeah, easy. 71%. That's like half the characters in the cast get 1 combo off. The pressure in the corner from JoJo, though. He does not want this comeback to even get started from Embo.
Hey, but we see that little bit of chain of the up air action going on.
We see the can on the platform.
Oh, what a smart bomb to cover the landing there, and JoJo is mounting this first game right now.
I'm watching that can in the corner. He wants it.
It's like, watch out for that tree, man. It's like the George of the Jungle when it comes to
the George of the Jungle is coming for you.
Oh my God, yeah. We are mounting this comeback a little bit. You know, that nickel and diamond, like you mentioned, Stato, it is it's coming out right now.
JoJo's starting to look a little desperate for these swings, holding in. It's working at the moment, but if he miscalculates once and that can get him in a bad spot, that could be curtains. 84% against almost max rage on Embo right now.
You know, a lot more bombs being pulled out from JoJo, too.
The can again, forcing him low. I love Embo's movement, but JoJo managed to fade out just in time. Okay, another round there. Can falls off the side, but it's right back in play. JoJo.
He was scouting out that roll, too. I thought that was it.
I think he might have been slightly off of where he wanted to be there. And there's the can again, 132. Not enough, starting to get stale.
Not going to be that detrimental, I feel, in terms of killing for a
With
while.
the up smash out of nowhere from JoJo. He just waited.
Yeah, great patience as well, just to find that anti-air situation, too. And that's how you steal stocks, too. Like, in terms of, like, playing a good ground game to force your opponent in the air, especially in those tense last hit scenarios.
And that's how you know it's conditioning as well. The way he just stood there and waited. Like, he knew what was coming. He was like, okay, he's going to jump. And as soon as he does, he just up smashes. Just absolute reaction. Because he didn't have time to react to the positioning. He just had to react to the jump there.
I'll tell you what, in the long time that I've played Smash, walking and waiting is actually busted.
It's terrifying.
Like, it can just throw off so many people and get you so far for a while. Of course, it's not like the end-all, be-all, but you saw it work right there. Right?
I remember like a couple years ago when Zachary was really revolutionizing that kind of game plan. He would just stand there in neutral half the time.
It's like, why would you do that? But it works. Right?
Yeah, it works.
We're getting here. We got some platform action going on as well. A little bit more CQC action I feel will happen because of that the tight spaces. And I think it will pay off for, hopefully, Embo. Just to make sure that JoJo can't run away for the whole entire time.
Man, you're really a Pokemon fan tonight.
Hey, man, I gotta say it.
I like that Sephiroth. Ooh, the can, again, beautiful spacing from Embo there, forcing him to go a certain direction, and he gets the nair off, but it's not enough. JoJo's doing such a tremendous job of playing around Embo's offensive pressure.
There'll be a lot of these trade situations that we're seeing with the Clay Pigeon and the Bomb, and right now we're seeing Embo come up a little bit on top in the percentile game, but it's all about closing out those stocks like we said before. Oh my
finally getting
God.
Caught. Beautiful timing from Embo there. Not so much from JoJo. I feel like he could have waited a hair longer and survived that.
Yeah, like honestly a just frame in terms of just how setting up those two projectiles that would make it count. But already we're seeing Embo amass some percentile just to boot, and we might close this out the way he's playing.
Yeah, now this is really scary for JoJo. Embo is consistently in his face right now, and he can't do much about it. Even that only just sends him away for a second, and he just get-up attacks in his face again. Embo is swinging right now. JoJo's not ready for it.
Yeah, honestly, Embo with momentum, probably one of the scariest players we have here.
I would love when both characters get sent with the same knockback.
That's so unfortunate.
Batros has set the can
That
off.
was a misinput, but
The can right on the corner, and he whiffs it. JoJo manages to squeeze by with his life. And the reversal!
Shoot it right into the DuckHunt.
JoJo!
Returns the favor immediately. He says, like, you know what? That was cute, okay? But it's my stock.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That was insane.
And Embo is doing it better right now.
Yeah, that was only one stock, though. He had to work that hard to get one stock off of Embo.
Has a good stock lead right now, too. Honestly, the way Embo plays, I think this could be pretty difficult for like JoJo to crack, but he's doing it so far. He's finding his way in.
Yeah, JoJo's another one of those players who doesn't throw away games. He doesn't give up. He knows he can bring it back, as he has 1,000 times before. Okay, nice corner pressure, but the Clay Pigeons just keep forcing him off. We're seeing that a lot more coming out on this stock from Embo. That seems to be like one of the things that Embo sort of uses in his bag of tricks. Not a lot of Pigeon for a while, and then he just spams it for a couple stocks.
Yeah, it kind of makes you like forget about it, right? And then bring it out in important times just to help land it. Hey.
Nice grab.
I love the anti-hop grabs we've been seeing from JoJo, too, because it looks like you're going to do F-tilt, right?
Yeah, getting tomahawked by a chain grab feels so bad because it's so slow, and you're like, man, I got hit by that.
It puts you in perspective, like, maybe I'm not, like, moving enough. But JoJo is, like, freezing you in place.
Yeah, and if you go high, then he just hits you with a fair or something. Got everything scouted out right now, but at the same time, he's amassed 111 damage. Emmo's still firmly in control, even though it feels like JoJo's doing well here. Though, as I say that, last stock, and a nice cheeky little wave land from JoJo to seal it out.
Yeah, JoJo finding the mark just in time, and honestly, he's going to need to find another miracle to pull out because to make up this damage, which is not impossible, as we're already seeing.
A combo starting, so much pressure from JoJo. This is kind of a shoe is on the other foot situation from earlier in the game. Ooh, barely missed.
But the trades now will probably be a little bit more in Embo's favor if we're going to be trading with Clay Pigeon.
Yeah, JoJo has to play this perfectly. 140% on him right now. Nice bomb placement, but it's not enough. I think he was trying to catch the roll from Embo.
I think JoJo is scouting out the fear now.
Oh, yeah.
Which is weird because I would think Embo wouldn't be as scared.
It's not enough. Another can, great time. It's just bouncing up and down there. I love that. Late up air is not going to be enough.
You know, it's a lot of high percent on JoJo's side, but it's still scary.
Yeah, this is terrifying.
You're fighting against such a incredible player like him.
Oh, get up attack from Embo. Shoutouts to Gimber. Just get up attack and doesn't kill. He's still alive, and he's got a bomb as well. Is it gonna good timing? And he gets the reversal as well.
174 on JoJo.
No, this is it.
This could be it.
The Z drop gets the grab. Oh, but enough. A double whiff the spaghetti. Can explodes there, gives JoJo an opportunity to go off. Can back in play, but now it's out again.
I'm speechless. This is only game one? Game two, excuse me.
So much pressure here, the grab, and the can timing, so much damage, and the up smash.
Wow.
JoJo brought it all the way back.
Oh,
174 on this man.
Wow. JoJo playing out of his mind. Playing out of his mind to make a comeback like that, to put Embo on the back foot when he wasn't even up.
We were just talking about how JoJo will never give up on a game, and that is why.
And this is why PNW is subbed on.
Unbelievable
Because
play.
they have this much stamina? Just
It's
keep fighting?
crazy. Yeah, like
Fight back, why not?
the mental fortitude of PNW, we are really forged in the fire and the flames out here.
Making Embo switch off to MegaMan, you know
That's
he's
not good.
he might be down bad now. like
My man down catastrophic.
like MegaMan, you know, maybe it's a thing he wants to pull out of the pocket, but it ain't looking good so far.
I feel like that last game was so in his favor, he should have tried again. Because this is not looking great so
You
far.
gotta wonder how the mental is, right? That's rough.
Okay, finally he gets a lemon off and gets a hit. Man thinks he's JDV out here throwing lemons.
And this could be it too. If JoJo wins this, then you know that's a 3-0. So you hate to see it. You hate to see a switch wasted like this, I feel. Because right now it seems like JoJo just kind of has Embo's number.
Both of these players are so stoic in the player camp. Great bomb.
Oh, I
timing.
love the extension. JoJo knows his timings to a T.
We both just froze there like, is he going to get it? Is he going to get it?
Of course he gets it.
Of course
He's
he gets it.
JoJo.
JoJo, he's got it. And the high tether recovery there, very well spaced.
You know, I do like the idea of MegaMan though, in concept in this matchup, because Lemons will be a good job of just kind of preventing from throwing out projectiles at the same timing.
Barely missing there. That was so scary for Embo. But this is just looking rough. I feel like everything he does, JoJo's just a step ahead of him, except for that reversal. Maybe too little too late, but 113 on this stock. He could bring it back.
Yeah, you can't cheese all the stocks too, because right now JoJo's the one just kind of playing it. Going through the motions, I feel right now, comparatively to
And the F
DuckHunt.
tilt 2-frame.
Wow.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
not good for Embo.
MegaMan was a good run, but looking rough right now.
Another wavelength. JoJo keeps doing that. He goes right into the corner of the platform there.
He's just assertive dominance.
I'm waiting for Embo to start punishing that, or somebody to recognize that he always goes in the corner of the platform with that waveland. The pressure coming out. Embo opportunity, but he gets swung at again. He's losing all of these brawling situations against a zoner.
Yeah, he's covering all these options perfectly right now. This is just looking very rough for Embo.
Regrab, barely missed space from JoJo. Kind of uncharacteristic, but I appreciate how safe he's playing. Better to miss that 2-frame opportunity than to get hit because he overextended.
I mean, the best thing you can do, Embo, is hopefully just get an edge guard and kind of go into the next stock, but the landing bomb into the up air just spells it like it is. Potato.
That was rough to see from
Yeah.
Embo there. He gave it his all. Those first two games, really hype, really close games. And, you got to respect, we can, hindsight's always 20/20,
Sure.
say like, that was a terrible counter pick or whatever, but he went for something that he thought might work. It didn't work out. He put in some decent damage on it, but JoJo was just ready for it.
And, if you're really wanting to do counter picks, testing them in bracket is definitely the way. I'm not sure if it's the way to do it in top 8 like that, but you got to try something, I feel like, when you're on the back foot. And shouts to Embo for getting this far, too, in this top 8. Showing some incredible play, but JoJo is just on another level.
My man's built different.
Built different is right. But we will be moving on through the top 6. Thank you guys for tuning in to Don't Dodge. Once again, I'm for Shaw. Got my homie Potato next to me. Doing it big here on the commentary. Thank you for the Retro Collection for hosting this, and Tabletop Village for hosting the venue. This is a fantastic venue that we just love chilling at here. It's inside International District. Some great food options as well. But we have our next match coming up here, and let me just kind of see. I believe it is. Are we going to?
See, production's got us covered here. We'll
Production-
find out
I
in a
think
second.
it's JoJo versus JDV, right? If I'm not mistaken, we're 3 now.
I think
So only 3 remain. So if we go on to more
It should
losers,
be.
we're going to be JDV versus JoJo. If you like projectiles, get ready. You got another helping coming up.
Oh, yeah. If this is what we're going to see, that is a tale as old as time here.
Right.
These two have played time and time again.
And when you play against a player for that long, You're going to see some goofy plays.
Yeah, that's
but
the best
to them,
though.
it's just like I'm pulling like tricks out of my bag. Right?
Yeah, it's like that. Like, why? That's like the walk up slowly down smash moment where you're just so in each other's heads from years of playing each other, trying to vie for those top PR places. And it's such a treat to watch.
It definitely is. And Pokemon sitting pretty in
Yep.
winners, you know, doing
Looking.
it big with the Sephiroth. And sometimes, I don't know how you feel, but, you know, it could be nice to just chill in winners and you might get a little bit cold. But being warm in losers, I'd be scared. I'd be scared of some of those players, right? Because they have gone through the gauntlet.
Yeah, I think it's very much a personal preference thing, especially in an area like PNW where we have a lot of these slower, more mentally draining sets that these players have to go through. So if you don't have the fortitude for that, I know H4 has talked about this in the past where he's got incredible mental fortitude
Sure.
himself, but he'll have to do like a deep losers run and he'll go through Toon Link and Pac-Man and other Pikachus, and it's just slog after slog after slog of having to play so patient. And by the time he gets to Grands, he feels like he's just got nothing left, and he has to go against, JDV or JoJo or something. And the amount of digging deep that is required in those scenarios can be really difficult, as opposed to the person who's just, killing in winners playing randoms on the side for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it can really feel like the smash of Hard Knocks in terms of just getting through. Oh, JDV's in the bathroom. We gotcha. He'll be going up very soon. But yeah, the smash of Hard Knocks in terms of just going through these characters that test your mental fortitude, that I feel like just makes us incredible players when we go out, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And honestly, this game is very hard in terms of like matchups, right? There's so many characters, 89 characters, that learning them all is very difficult. You can compartmentalize a lot of different like points of characters, but sometimes you just run into something that kind of gives you a head scratch. It's like, wait, how do I fight against this?
Yeah, I think.
And I feel like we're that region, right?
Yeah, Smash in PNW, we've got some wild characters out here, and I think it really is a paradigm shift in the way you go about like an FGC kind of game. So I remember back in the old days, there used to be a lot of discussion about how Smash players don't know how many frames every move is and their frame advantage on this thing and that thing, because we're getting to a point now where like even before Smash Ultimate it was getting hard, but with 89 characters it's not possible. So you have to play a lot off of feel and recognizing situations that come up and having general understandings of things that you can then apply to blanket situations, which I'm personally a big fan of. I don't want to sit there in the lab and just memorize everything like, okay, in this scenario I do this, in this scenario I have this many frames, so here's my options. It's awesome to have this kind of environment of really intense competitive gameplay where that's not feasible to do.
Yeah, also this game is incredible at like I think you mentioned, feel, right? Feel is the name of the game when it comes to something like Smash. And also, you're never not playing. And what I mean by that is there's active defense in the game, like when it comes out to like DI, SDI, and stuff like that, is that you always got to be paying attention. It's not like you get in a long combo. I know Sakurai said this earlier, he was like, long combos be damned. I want people to have more strategy. But honestly, I think he did accomplish that with having stuff like DI in terms of having moments like that.
Yeah.
But there will never not be strategy in any kind of fighting game.
Oh, yeah.
And people who say that Smash isn't a fighting game is just trying to protect their pride
Yeah, they're
or
just
something like
they're
that.
scared
Like,
of platforms.
Honestly, I have never seen the multitude of FGC people go out and play Smash at a high level either. I've seen more Smash people play in FGC, like normal FGC games, at a high level. So I don't know, man. Put you on notice, but
All right. While JDV is in the bathroom, we are going to.
Oh, we good? We good?
Never
Okay.
mind. JDV is back. Nice. Let's get this going.
all right, let's get this rolling here. Top 3 of Don't Dodge, and guys, just sit there and don't dodge the stream here. We are holding tight for the next match of JDV versus JoJo.
Do you feel like in the bathroom is actually secret speech for playing randubs again? My man, like, he loves his randubs.
You know what?
I'm just saying, like, there's a 50-50 shot that he wasn't actually in the bathroom. He was knees deep in it. Bowser Jr. versus, I don't know,